But no, Manny's still alive.
Manny, you copy?
Just give me a fucking second. Jesus.
And yes, he's still an asshole. Grab your popcorn, pour your drink of choice, and hit play. This is Pop, Pour, Play, where I talk about some of the hottest shows on screen. I'm Nichelle, and welcome to my podcast. Thank you for joining me on another episode of Pop, Pour, Play. Of course, I'm Nichelle, and I appreciate you for being here. Please support the channel and subscribe to the feed. Now, I must say, before we dive into The Last of Us, Season 2, Episode 3, spoilers are coming.
Okay, come on, man. You gotta stop this, right? Come.
When the episode kicks off, orangey flames are still lingering in the air around the community as they prepare to bury the ones that they lost, and that includes Joel. Now we fast forward 3 months, and yes, they are reinforcing that wall, and that's along with many other projects they have to complete in order to rebuild their community. It's also taken this long for Ellie to recover from her injuries. I knew that asshole Manny kicked her hard, but I definitely underestimated the damage.
All right, today's the day.
So can I just...
Almost. I just need to see one more person, then you're good to go.
And so it begins. Dina confesses that she knows who the people were that were involved in Joel's death and where they were going. Now her and Ellie are off to hunt them down. Let's say revenge wrapped in justice. But this is not before they went to the council to seek support. Who would have thought that I'd actually agree with this guy?
What the hell are we all talking about here? They came into our house. They took one of ours. You idiots. They'll come back. They'll come back because we didn't make them pay.
I mean, I'd be concerned that the people who attacked Joel may come back for the community. And that's me being on the inside looking out, but I'm on the outside looking in. So it's kind of unlikely they'll come back to bother the people in this community. You just never know. So the committee voted, and it was 3-8, not in favor of sending out 16 people. Now, I think 16 people seems like a lot. So I probably would have voted not 16, but maybe a smaller group.
And now you want to send what? You're saying 16 of our best? Well, while they're gone, who's going to be on the wall if raiders come?
I kept looking at the committee thinking, yeah, I think I know who those 3 yeses were. But then we later find out that Tommy probably was a no, as he didn't want Ellie to go down the same path as Joel.
Coming up with justifications and such. All he was really doing was lashing out.
So they're off, with a little help again of this guy of all people. I don't quite know if I would say of all people, because I'm kind of side-eyeing him like, are you really trying to help them? Or are you also just trying to get them out of the community? Your jury is still out on that one. Now, we did see earlier on that Ellie was able to mourn the death of Joel, but I'm also glad that they showed that she went to his burial site. And to leave the coffee beans, I thought that was very cute. It reminded me of when they were in season 1, he was making coffee. Of course, she was disgusted by it, but clearly Joel loved his coffee.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
You don't like coffee?
So as we continue to watch them trek across the country to get to Seattle, I don't know, I can't help, I guess, reminiscing about Walking Dead. And I keep thinking, you guys are talking way too loud and exposing yourself way too much. But perhaps, this infected group is nothing like the walkers, and they're not just waiting around for people to show up in any part of the country. One thing I did forget to mention is that we do get the introduction of the Seraphites. These people with the scar on their face, that's clearly a religious cult, given that they talked about the prophecy.
So it was with our prophet.
And of course, this scene also reminded me of one of my other favorite shows, The Mandalorian, where they say,
"This is the way.
This is the way."
when Ellie and Dina arrive somewhat out of Seattle, I think it's about 9 miles outside of Seattle, they uncover a group of dead individuals. So whoever killed these people are not playing games. They are taking out women, babies, everybody in this community.
If Abby and her crew did this to people, to kids,
Yeah. Let's go.
And I don't think it's the wolves. Doesn't that WLF stand for Washington Liberation Front? So what would you be doing? Liberating people from their resources and their community? Yeah, I don't know. I think there's another community out there. I guess I'm giving the WLF, the wolves, the benefit of the doubt. So I guess we'll see. They are making their way into this community in Seattle. And guess who we see? I got excited for a second thinking, yes, is he going to die this episode? But no, Manny's still alive.
Manny, you copy? Just give me a fucking second. Jesus.
And yes, he's still an asshole. Now, what I'm hoping that Dina and Ellie will do is not fully expose themselves as they get into Seattle. Scope the place out and really understand what you're dealing with. Because as we all seen, they got tanks and they've got people. They have a lot of ammunition. But, ooh, Manny, we're coming for you. We are coming for you. And yes, it is a collective we.
our cause.
You're the one that gave the us speech, not me.
So we know new players are going to be introduced into this show, and we did see the Seraphites, even though we haven't gotten to learn much about them. So I'm sure they'll talk about them in future episodes. I can't wait to see all the communities out there, what their dynamics are, and I really want to see what WLF stands for. Are they indeed a good group with maybe a few bad seeds? Because I don't know. I don't like Manny. I think he's definitely a bad seed. I get Abby. She wanted revenge for her father's death. I just don't like her. Sorry, girl. You still got to go. But I'm curious. I don't have any predictions right now. I guess the only thing that I'll predict is that the Seraphites were not killed by WLF. So we'll see. I'll see you next time. And thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe.